in order for it to catch to win the game. I'm proud of where our kids fought and never rolled over. I think that if you're Purdue, you wanted us to go away and clear the bench and give everybody a lot of playing time and all that kind of stuff, and we didn't let that happen. So I think that's a credit to our kids continue to fight, even when the outcome looked like it was pretty set. We still continue to compete, and our kids deserve a lot of credit for that. We're going to play the game at the end. I tell our kids all the time that it doesn't matter whether we're up 30 or down 30. We're supposed to play the same way. It doesn't matter. And so, and we did, and we have been up 30 before, and it's like I tell them, I'm not going to quit coaching when we're up 30, and I'm not going to quit coaching when we're down 30. We're going to continue to fight, and continue to battle, and we did that. And so, I am proud of our effort. I'm not proud of some of the individual things we did, and that's stuff that we'll correct from watching film and on the practice floor. But again, in terms of trying to win the game, Purdue is just too big, strong, and physical for us to match with and manage, and that's why we couldn't win the game.
How much did number 24 Key sort of disrupt what you were trying to do offensively, especially during that stretch there? We got it divided by quarters now. Whatever quarter was the second half.
Well, she is. In watching her on film, and I told our kids this. I mean, she's a kid who's she would be a post player in our league. She would not be a wing in our league. And for her to function the way she does on the perimeter, we're not used to dealing with that. And she overpowered our kids on both ends of the floor, frankly. Because to be as stout as she is, but to be as mobile as she is, I mean that's a special gift, And so so she did. There's no question she's a factor in what was going on there. No question about it.
Just in the first half, it's their transition game. They were able to rebound and run. I know you only had 8 kids out there tonight. Did that wear you down a little bit?
Well, I'm not going to use that as an excuse. I will say I thought we did a poor job recognizing. When you get back in transition, obviously we have people that were assigned to guard. When you get back in transition, sometimes you got to pick somebody else up because they just don't come down the floor like you want them to. So you've got to find somebody else, and we didn't communicate very well with each other on a couple of occasions, and we had 2 people guarding one person and somebody else completely open, and that's on us. We've got to do a better job. Now, yes, I do think that it's easier to run at full speed when you're coming in and out after every 5 or 6 minutes instead of I'm having to play kids a full quarter sometimes because we just I can't put 5 in for 5. Not that I would necessarily do that, but nonetheless, I am a coach who has always played a lot of folks. I just don't have that many when I look on the bench right now.
Right.
So it is what it is. I like to play fast from defense to offense, which I always have, and so so we then have to do the same thing. If the other team wants to play defense, go from defense to offense fast, we've got to recover and prevent them from being successful. And unfortunately, in the first half, particularly, they were very successful on a couple of occasions in transition.
You said Purdue has been too big and physical to keep up with for an entire game, but it looked like early you were challenging them defensively maybe a little more than they would like. Just what were you doing? What were you exploiting there, and is that what you picked up on?
I think that I think for their team, based on what I've seen, I think playing Perry at the 4 is going to cause a lot of people problems. I know last year she spent most of the time in the wing. I think it's going to cause a lot of people problems because she's so diverse. We have certain ways that we guard screens and so on and so forth, and they try to exploit how we do things. And but nonetheless, we're coaching how to rotate, and there were times when we did it very well. The problem was sometimes we guarded the possession great, but then they got the rebound. So that's a really wasted effort when you guarded the possession extremely well and you make them take a challenge shot, but then they had the courage to run in there and get the offensive rebound, and we couldn't finish the possession by rebound. And had we done that, maybe we actually have a chance to compete and win the game. We just didn't do that.